Okay. Um, I'm not exactly sure what this video is going to be. Other than the fact that I'm just going to kind of be doing some organization. My husband bought me some really nice beads over the winter holiday, Christmas holiday. We don't really do Christmas because we kind of just like to keep everything low key and not like blow a whole bunch of money on stuff that we don't need to impress people we don't know kind of stuff. But we bought these. I saw these, and he in a by a seller, a local seller, and I just thought they were terribly pretty, and I wanted to make some necklaces and some other things. There's another grouping of beads too. And it was much better prices than you would get at Michael's for these kinds of beads. So, what I thought was, I need to kind of organize these, and I kind of need to, I think I just need to talk out some stuff. Like, you know what I mean? You need to kind of sit down and think about something, and these need to be organized anyway. And seeing as I want to organize my thoughts, I thought this would be a good place to do it. And I'm going to cut these threads and put those over there. I'll use them for something else. And then I'm just going to be separating the other. I think it's kind of a little gold tinted bead in the middle. So I've got some little trays here, and I'm going to be separating these out, and then I need to figure out where I'm going to put them in my little bead stash. And these are sweet little multifaceted beads. I have some ideas for some things I want to do with them, but right now I kind of just need to see. I need to do some counting and see, where things sit. But I think it's interesting. My husband and I watch a lot of creator content on YouTube. And many of our favorite creators took some time off in December, as I did, to think about some things and, have some downtime. And I think it was the Rachel Maxey, her video was the one that really got to me. And I think it's because I'm kind of thinking about some of the same things. Okay, I'm going to separate some of these out into different categories. So we have ones that are clear, and then ones that have kind of an applied kind of finish. And I'm guessing that the reason that those really struck me was because I've been kind of feeling some of the same things. Yeah, I think those go the right way. And one of them is, Rachel in particular, and I'll link the video beneath. It's a good watch. If you already watch Rachel Maxey, she's fabulous. And you know that. But she was talking a lot about the projects that she's been doing are kind of a dead run, almost sort of thing. The costuming and they everything that she's been doing has been taking a lot of creative time and mind work. And that's one of the reasons why she desperately needed some time off for kind of just relaxing. And she got a puppy. Oh, that's another one. If you want to see a really cute puppy, go to the video I link. But that it's when you are a creator or a maker, the thing that you want to do is you want to create. You want to make things. And a lot of times for those who are not creators, and I know that many of the people who follow me here on YouTube are creators themselves, but that you kind of get to a point in which the creating isn't as satisfying because you're thinking, I need to make a deadline, I need to put something out today, I'm just not feeling it, or the documentation of every single part of the process is just, it's the thing that's sucking away the joy of creating. And there's another video reissued in which Andrew talks about that as well. And filming every single teeny tiny bit of things. Another creator whom I bow down to as one of my absolute favorite creators, Ava Bentley at Bentley House Minis. She talked about it as well, that sometimes you just get bogged down and there's so much that has to be, okay, this is a new one. This is kind of a milky one. Let's put it in there for right now. That you kind of get bogged down in the minutia, not the minutia. You get bogged that you create something, but then you don't actually enjoy doing the creating because then you have to film every single bit of it. Bill Making Stuff talked about that. Like I said, we watch a lot of makers. He talked about the fact that, you know, it just, okay, I think we have a new kind here. Okay, I'm going to put this one in a separate grouping because it's just a little different. That he was talking about, you know, you want to make something. Okay, you belong over here. Yeah. You want to make something and you enjoy making things, but then it's like, now I've got to do this and this. I've got to do the photo editing. I've got to do the voiceover. And for those of you who have been watching me for a while, you guys know my videos are pretty much, this is it. I'm a top-down girl. You don't know what my face really looks like completely because I don't really show my face. That's my choice. I like my anonymity in that respect. And the overwhelming sense that I got from these creators, and again, I will link all the videos below, is that they're changing around the way that they do their videos. And I'm not quite sure what I want to do, because for me, it's more of a, I document what I make. I do show you some things that I make. I demonstrate, but I'm kind of in this weird spot of like not knowing exactly which direction I want to go, because I know that there needs to be some changes. I have a Patreon. My Patreon is small. I do not expect it to ever be very large. I share quite a bit on my Patreon, and I do know that I have made some changes in what I film and what I share here on YouTube and what I share on my Patreon. That there are some things that are Patreon exclusive that I'm not gonna show here on YouTube. And you know, that's my right to do that. It doesn't mean you have to follow me either, and you're under absolutely no expectations to go follow me anywhere. I put these out because I kind of like to document. I think it's part of it is I like to share. The documentation process is one of those things that I think I do it. It's like every time I look at my art, it's like you can take the graphic designer out of the agency, the ad agency or the design agency, but you really can't take the graphic designer out of. So I think for part of me, I do it as a, if you're going to steal my work, I have video evidence that I've done it. It's mine. I think there's that part of it for me. But, okay, that's a crystal one. Wait a minute, that's a crystal one. But I do like sharing. I'm the person who will share my life story with the person who I'm sitting next to on the bus. And yes, I have done that. Buses, trains, etc. But I know some changes need to be made. And I'm not quite sure how I'm going to be doing that, other than the fact that when I'm creating and I'm trying to put out a lot of videos, many other things in my life fall by the wayside. And when I say fall by the wayside, I mean like regular life stuff. I mean, I'm a homebody. I am a person who, beyond anything else, wants to be in my studio and working. And but like normal stuff starts falling by the wayside. I joke about the fact that I'm kind of a troll. And when I say a troll, I mean like, wow. I work from home. What money I do make. Okay, that doesn't go there. It goes there, I think. And I don't make a whole lot of money. Since the economic downturn, I haven't sold a piece of artwork. And I was doing pretty well. I mean, I was selling pretty well. But, you know, the first thing people don't want to buy when everything goes sideways is artwork. Okay, I need to cut this off. So, you know, I made some changes myself and decided to go in a direction in which I was making my art for me and pursuing different avenues of exhibiting my work. That's what I want to do in the future. Those are some of the things my husband and I, we came up with bingo cards. That's the concept. Because you hear people talk about, well, I didn't have that on my bingo card. Well, the bingo cards we made up are things that we would be happy if they occurred. And some of them have some goals on them. And one of my goals is that I want to find a venue in which to display my artwork. And the artwork that I have been making and showing here is a part of what I'm working on a different scale, if that makes any sense. I have shown here in my city, not anywhere huge, but I think I'm to the point where I'm needing an arts community. And my artwork is unique in that it doesn't quite fit into a craft / maker community, but it doesn't quite, on the surface at least, doesn't fit into a fine art. Sorry for all the air quotes. So I'm looking at, on my bingo card, of things, you know, pursuing those things. And, you know, I have to acknowledge that those sorts of things are going to start taking up some time. And I don't have a huge following. I have a very nice following. I don't need it to be large. I don't need any kind of external validation. I'm a very intrinsically driven person. I pursue the things that I want to pursue because I want to. Which kind of, I guess, makes me into that horse you can lead to water but can't make him drink kind of thing, maybe, if I'm maybe mixing up some stuff. Anyway, I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to be posting here, and I think that in sussing all of this out, I think that I'm going to continue posting here. This will be for YouTube. And I'll continue making some of the videos that I make for my patrons, some of which have been posted here as well. Usually, I got to tell you, the videos that are usually posted here are 3 to 6 months old, meaning I have maybe posted those already to my patrons and then decided it was okay and I wanted to post them here. And I that may continue. I don't know. I think that everybody had a rough year last year. It was just rough. And I tried to pull out the positive from it. I worked really hard on getting my skills with GIMP and Inkscape more polished, and I am still learning things. I am not a natural computer artist in any way, shape, or form. So that was good. And I've shared a lot of that with you. It's also helping me in my pursuit, I think that belongs there, of some of the pieces that I'm creating that I would like to show in whatever space I can show my artwork. And oh, you don't belong there. Or do you? Oh, you don't belong there. So I think for right now, I'm going to continue posting, but it's not exactly going to be what you think it should be. And I'm not quite sure what that is. As you can see here, I want to make some, some jewelry. I'm serviceable when it comes to making jewelry. This is the first year in probably 15 years that I have not automatically had my day planner made and ready to go. And that's because I've decided I need to change it around because I need it to fulfill a slightly different purpose. And I think that's okay to stop and go, why am I doing this? Who am I doing it for? I like coming here and talking about my process and how I do things. And I've had some lovely interactions. So, that's going to continue. I'm going to continue making things and showing them to you guys. And I'm going to put those in with those. But I'm just not quite sure what it's going to look like yet. So yeah, I think that's part of me. I do a lot of different kinds of art, and I'm always jumping down rabbit holes, and getting immersed in things. And if you're getting the inkling that I'm ADHD, yeah. I think that's part and parcel of the intrinsically motivated there. Set these aside for a second. This is turning out to be kind of a long video, but I'm just going to go with it. And I want to share some of the things, the methods, the modes. I mean, I was trained as a graphic designer and illustrator, and then did a lot more work as a secretary while doing a lot of freelance work, and am also trained as a printmaker, in fine art printmaking and bookbinding. So there's I have a lot of different things that I like to do. Okay, I need some, and sometimes those things, I jump from thing to thing because that's just how my brain works. And I'm going to have to kind of figure out what that's going to look like. Okay, I think I want the pearl essence in there. And if you guys have any suggestions, what you would, what's your jam, I'm out of, do I have any more? I don't. Okay, so let's see. I think there's a part of me that just kind of wants to take things as it comes and not plan a whole lot. I mean, that could be part and parcel of this last year that just, I think emotionally, mentally and emotionally, this past year has been very difficult for a lot of people. And I think it's okay to kind of say, you know what, I don't really know what I want to do. I don't really know which way I want to go. The fact that you're thinking about it and you are being vocal about it, I think is a good thing. This is me talking to myself. I think that's a good thing. So I think I'm going to kind of play it by ear. I don't know that I'm going to post like a video a day. That was kind of a hurrah for me in the last part of the year. I think I'll put the pink ones in here. Pink and green. Okay, and then I'll put the whites in there. So I'm not quite sure, you know, which direction that's going to take. I know that I want to post at least one video, and I'm not exactly sure what it's going to be or how I'm going to do it. But I'm not gonna be mad at myself about things, if that makes any sense. Wow, because I really do feel like I'm like yammering away here. Does that make any sense? Do I ever make any sense? And if you are so inclined and wanted to join my Patreon, that would be super cool. I've always got the links in the doobly-doo below. But for right now, I think I'm just going to kind of take some things as they come. And I need to stop and do some reassessing of things and get, I think I need to actually sit down after these beads are done, and because I've kind of designed the new layout for my book. I think I need to sit down and put that together, because I think that will help me having a place to put all that. I'm not used to not having that right now, and I think that's why I might be feeling a little, you know, things are a little off kilter. So I think that's what I'm going to do next. So probably the next video you're going to see is probably me working on a book or explaining how I design it. And the changes that I'm going to make, because I do need to make some changes so it works for me better in this upcoming year. In my, I just turned, oh God, I have to do that. You get to the age where you're like, how old am I? I had a 2-year period when we were still living in Finland that I thought I was 49 for 2 years. And I don't quite know how that, I don't know how, like, mentally I did those gymnastics. But I have just turned 55. And I guess I'm at that part of my life where I kind of want to make things count a little bit, in that I want to make sure what I'm doing is in the pursuit of the thing that, in the pursuit of goals that I have deemed worthy of me to pursue. And I guess what I'm trying to say is, getting a lot of views by an algorithm that isn't alive and doesn't care about who I am. That's the reason I left Instagram. That was another thing I did. I left Instagram. I left my page up, so you can look at my stuff. But I'm no longer, I've removed it from my phone. I removed it from my computer. I'm not actively looking at anything or participating in anything anymore. Oh, and I just flipped that over. So, you know, that was surprisingly easy to get used to. I'm kind of paring some things down. I need to kind of figure out what I want to do with my website. So there's going to be changes. But for those of you who've been following me for a while, first of all, thank you. That's very kind that you would take your time to look at my work and see what I'm doing. And second of all, I hope you stick around. We can kind of see what's going to happen together. Because I'm kind of like, okay, so I know I'm going to do a post a week here. I think I'll just leave it at that. I can hit that. I can do a post a week. Because I need to figure out how everything else is going to kind of shake out. I feel like a first-year art teacher here. It's like, okay, I can plan, but I need to plan for things not to go the way you want them to go. So I think I'm going to leave that here. And again, I will put the links to the posts I was talking about, the creators who are kind of reassessing where they're going to be going and what they're going to be doing and how they're interacting with YouTube and their parasocial relationships. And links to everything else, my website and Patreon and all that kind of other kind of stuff. And thank you for sticking around and listening to all this, and I'll see you in the next video.